I think you've gone on various missions as a helicopter pilot. And I saw a photograph of you, you're sitting in the helicopter and you have two guns, inside the helicopter. How do you multitask? Can you share with us the whole experience from the beginning? So when you go, you sit into the plane, inside the plane. Tell me about that whole mission. Are you alone in the plane, in the
No.
helicopter, or you have a fellow commander, or
Okay.
you go first to check the coca fields? How does it all happen?
So in 2004, I was selected for to become helicopter pilot. So usually I flew the Huey. The is one American helicopter. So United States donate a lot of helicopter for Colombia to stop the drug cartel and store the FARC. And we used to most for this mission, but also involve mission like pick up soldiers that are wounded many times. So normally we are a pilot and co-pilot and two gunners in every site. And so when we are in one mission, usually it's 2 or 3 helicopters. Yeah. Normally I provide the escort for the other helicopters that land. So we use this kind of machine guns to avoid or to any threat for the people that are in the land, pick up the soldiers or they put the soldiers in the foot. Yeah, but before any mission we have a good we make planning or we have a briefing or depend of the mission.
So you first go there and you check, and then another helicopter comes with the other soldiers.
Yeah, for example, for example, if we are going to perform one medical evacuation, they call, so we go to the helicopter. We put there quickly. We use some armor to the front. We use the other vest and put the helmet. If during the night we check the night vision goggles and go to the area. So we arrive first and we try to check.
You do the Reiki, yeah.
Yeah, we make recon for the area and then come the Black Hawk. Or we say we guide the Black Hawk. Okay, you can land from this part. You have for example, you have trees for this land. The enemy maybe are for this side. So the best way you enter is from north to south or whatever, and we provide your escort. So all times is we guide the helicopter. They land, they go, and we try to start more time to support the soldiers.
And how many hours do you fly? I mean, what is the amount of time that you're allowed to fly, and what is the longest amount of time that you've flown, both in the day and at night?
Yeah.
Or if you've done double shifts, then...
Yeah, so for example, in the day, normal, you can fly in normal situations 8 hours during the day. And in the night, if you are using night vision goggles, you try to don't fly more than 4 hours because it's very stressed and it's heavy. But sometimes I remember in a special location I flew until 6 hours during the night, and one day I flew 12 hours because was for the combats, pick up people, return, refuel, move to other place.
So when you say 12 hours, it's, I mean, you refuel, you pick up, you drop, or it's just straight 12 hours?
Yeah, so I remember just one day I'm start to fly like 7. I was night tripulation, but something happened and was a massive attack in a small town, and they need a lot of tripulation. So the commander say, "Are you rest?" We rest because we don't fly for 2 or 3 days, so we are ready, and we go. But the good thing was that we share, all the night crew was sharing different helicopters. But the night crews, we also use have the night vision goggles. So we decide come with the night vision goggles because we never know. And so we moved to other small town, and every hour the operation become more complex, and we start to move more soldiers, and we start to pick up people that was wounded. And I remember that we don't sense the hours, and like at 2 p.m. we landing for refuel, and the commander give sandwich and some coke, some food, and we and continue. But the stress of the adrenaline you don't have. And finally, we return.
So that's very interesting, actually. So you said you had sandwiches in between, but you were so full of adrenaline that you were just still focused on the operation.
Yeah.
There are times when you're just in the field with fellow commanders, hiding behind something, waiting for your enemies. And meanwhile, in that situation, how do you deal with stress? You are focused, you're waiting for your enemy, but you never know what time the enemy is actually going to come, from which direction. So what do you guys do at that time? Do you crack jokes? Do you sing? Do you pray? What do you do?
We try to use more jokes.
Jokes.
To relax. Yeah, so to go to stress, and we are ready. But one of the things that we learned from the beginning of the training was that the people are in good condition, good shape. Yeah. So and as commander of the plane, we try to reduce the stress, make some jokes, ask for different, or for the soccer.
So can you tell us about some joke? Some joke that you remember from all these years ago, which you still think and you laugh. Do you have something like that?
No, sometimes I remember some gunner say, "Oh, looks like it's a strong enemy," or it's a big force, and I told, "Oh, are you scary?" And he say, "Oh, yes, a little." So I say, "Oh, you need buy a dog, and the next time come with the dog," and the people know what. If you are scary, you need to have a dog or something like this. But always respect the others, try to reduce the stress, and never try to accept any risk that. So you need be think first that act or to fly that can involve in any kind of accident, because this kind of situations is worse. So we took a lot of risks, but all in the like a team. We took the risks. If any say, really I don't like, so okay, we say no. We agree with that. Took the action. We go.
What motivates you to face your enemies, face the terrorists? What is your motivation?
I think we are in the legal side. This means that I think in my family, I think in my father, in my son, on my friends. But in a combat, in one stress situation or during the real combat, you are only with your friends, with your team, and you think that we need return to the safe, to the house. So you in this moment of the combat, you don't think really in many things, just survive and return with all your soldiers to the home. And but day by day, you only think that you are follow the good direction. You are follow the instruction and the orders that are support for the legal. So you try to be a good person. So my profession is be a military, and I try to be a good military. But it's done. So
at that moment, you're not thinking about Or are you thinking about, my nation, I'm a Colombian, I'm a soldier, or you're thinking more about your teammates, the camaraderie,
And
that you're working as a team, and that is the most important thing?
yeah,